Welcome to the Jerusalem Center for Bible Translators, where our great passion is training mother tongue Bible translators to be able to learn the language of the Bible in the land of the Bible, Hebrew in the land of Israel, and go back with that knowledge to create more faithful and exciting translations based on their experience. But now we have a new project, and that is training people who train translators in their home countries. And that is experts who have knowledge of Hebrew to the point of tackling the difficult poetic sections.
The idea for this program, Songs in Context, is not a new one. I've been thinking about it for at least 5 years as I've come to JCBT and I've been working with students and seeing the advantage of concentrating and reading one book of the Bible. So I submitted this idea to the managers and directors of the program, and eventually they decided that we could begin the program. I immediately wanted to associate my colleague, Ernst Wendland, to the program, since he is a specialist in Psalms, and we have even written a book together on Hebrew poetry. So that's the beginning of the program.
I think the goal of working together on this was dealing with a particular interest that both of us have had in the poetry of the Bible and the Psalms in particular, which is to try to capture some of the beauty, the poetics of the biblical text that we have in the Psalms in terms of its genres or type of different types of Psalms, the structures of the Psalms, the different poetic features of the Psalms, and to try to work on a methodology for analyzing the Psalms that would be clear enough that others might be able to learn from that and to teach others. The second step being then to work in the different target languages, the languages in which we are translating from different parts of the world, and try to reflect that same beauty that we have in the biblical text in the different mother tongues that we have in the world today. So ours is a job that we tried to put together the two, the beauty of the biblical, the strength, the power of the biblical text, and marry that together with the beauty of the resources in the different target languages in which we're working.
The other goal of our course has been to integrate our study of the Psalms into a knowledge of the land of Israel. So we've planned a number of excursions that we've tried to relate to the text. So we visited the desert, we visited En Gedi and saw where David was hiding out, composing many of these psalms. Also, we visited the Music Museum in Jerusalem, where there were musical instruments that accompanied the psalms, and we actually got to see them and hear what they sound like. As well, we went on a geographic tour that ended with the students being able to talk with a scribe, a modern-day scribe, who copies over the scriptures. So we're trying to really attain the goal of studying text in context.
Our students, or participants we may call them, since many of them have been working in Bible translation for many years, have come from many different parts of the world, from China, Singapore, Mexico, Europe, and several from Africa.
We ask that each one know Hebrew and be able to relate directly to the Hebrew text of the Psalms. So we now have almost everyone either with an MA or PhD level.
It's really wonderful. It's really a great experience to study the text of the Bible, especially the book of Psalms that we have been analyzing in this course, in the land where it all happened, and also seeing all the trees that are mentioned in the text of the Bible, the animals that are mentioned in the Bible. You know, it helps us as translation consultants to be able to explain to the translators so that they have a vivid idea of what those things they read in the Bible are all about.
I'm serving in Mexico, working with teams there to help verify the accuracy, the faithfulness, clarity of their translations of the Bible into various languages. This course with Linnell and Ernst has been amazing. It's been really in-depth. Even though I did have, it seems like quite a bit of Hebrew in my graduate studies, just the depth of this class is really something. It's really tremendous to be able to get into the text, to see things in the Hebrew text that I've never seen before.
We are at a phase in the Bible translation in the region to do more Old Testament translation, especially more Psalms translation. I believe that this course is preparing me for a more of a teaching role, a more a consulting role, to help train other consultants or other translation specialists to really gain the rich features of the book of Psalms from the Hebrew, and also making use of what the poetry of the local languages. I hope to go back with this new set of knowledge to promote the translation of the Psalms.
We also hope that this can provide a new model for a new way of studying Hebrew for people who are more advanced in their studies, and can provide a kind of unique experience for those scholars who can go on and come to Jerusalem, deepen their knowledge of Hebrew and of one book of the Bible. We're optimistic. We think it's a model that can work in the future.
As a result of this experience, this common experience that we've had together, we would hope that this type of course, this detailed analysis of a biblical book in the context of the Holy Land, would be able to continue, whether we are the instructors or somebody else. I think the foundation has been laid, and we hope and pray that this can be continued.